This is part number 2 out of 4 parts of the Chronicles, and we are talking about Seer 1 coming out and saying that he used to know who the Babalao or the Sangoma for TB Joshua was. Now, this is not from my mouth. This is out of the word of Seer 1 himself. On the first part, we spoke about his attack on the queen. So you can check that video down in the pinned comments, and the other parts will be down there as well. But I'll give you a hint of what the third part is after we have talked about this one. But first of all, let me play you the video of Seer 1, and then I'll come back here with a breakdown of the series, and then we'll get on into the subject.
Ask question. There is no one that speak against Prophet TB Joshua that succeed. Once you speak against Prophet TB Joshua, you become a fool. Even those people that left his church, that if you speak against him, he does spiritual work. He will do something to you. I'm telling you, it's not about Jesus, Holy Ghost, Holy Ghost. He will do something to you. Don't speak against him. If you want to speak, you can speak against your prophet and this other suit-wearing pastors and jumping up and down pastors. Leave TB Joshua. That man is going to cripple you. I swear upon God, Father. Be very, very careful. I said from the beginning, there are only 3 people that I respect on earth. And when I tell you that this person is real, believe me, it's real. Of all the prophets, all the pastors, bishops that I've seen on earth, I'm not against anybody. But there are only 3 of them that I respect. Number 1 is Godfather. That is my spiritual father. The one that gives me power. The one that is behind me. The one that beat drum for me in the bush for me to come and dance. Opinion is free. You can talk what you want. You can do what you want. But I respect him. Those people that posted that thing, claiming that Seer 1 was attacking Prophet TB Joshua, know that I can never do those things. In December, I was in synagogue. Even if he does bad thing to me, even if he speak bad thing against me, I will never attack him, because I know where he's coming from. I know what is playing drum for him in the bush that is making him dance in public. So I can never attack him. I will never attack him. He's a man of God. He's a power. I don't understand. Those of you that don't know him, you don't know what they are talking about. Check his background. Still is a very big problem. There is one man of God that went to visit him one day, and he was praying in the mountain. He invited the man of God to the mountain. As they were praying, the man of God came back to South Africa here and said, I went to TB Joshua Mountain. I saw him with a snake. I saw him playing with a snake. I saw him cuddling a snake. That man of God died of cancer. Hello? There are people you cannot play with. TB Joshua is one of those people that you cannot play with. I know where he's coming from. I know what I'm talking about. Christianity is not fake. You see, in Godfather's club, where we belong there, you cannot lie. If you want to go and meet Godfather today, you must start being holy 5 days before you go there. Even if you will be holy, if you go there and lie, you will die there.
And there you go, and that's what you get. Seer 1 says that he used to know that there was someone who was waiting for TB Joshua, who was beating the drum for TB Joshua back in the bush. Now, he also claims that he also has someone who's beating the drum for him. Now, this idea that there is supposed prophets or pastors who are out here and they have babalawos who do things in the background, and then they are the front runner. It's kind of like what he's saying here. With clarity, we don't even have to ask questions. That's literally what he's saying. And so this tells you why in part number 1, his comments around the subject of the queen are worse than the politician, whom we know very well that, this one is just, this is Julius. He is worse than, his comments are worse than. Why? Because he has someone who supposedly is beating the drum for him in the bush. But not only is someone beating the drum for him in the bush, he says TB Joshua also heard, says, I know, had a person who was beating the drum for him in the bush. That's not me. That's what he said. People will come here and say, hey, Ricky, you said this person. No, didn't you hear the person saying it? Didn't I play you the video? You heard who said it. Me, I'm commenting about him saying. He said, He said, because some people just say their brains are partitioned. When you get a new computer, you partition it. You put half space this side, half space this side. Yeah, some people, their hearing is one side, and then their comprehension is on the other side of the brain. Come down, combine the two. It's not me who said it. I'm commenting on the person who said it. He said there's someone who was beating the bush, who was beating the drum. No wonder you can't criticize him. No wonder you can't question him, because he knew that he had power. Where does the power come from? The person who's beating the drum for him in the bush. That's not from my comments. That's what So now this tells you, why does he have such a bad view on the Bible? Because there's someone beating a drum for him. That type of a person's interest is not in the Bible. Why is he running a church? Hey, you're asking me. Everybody's running a church nowadays. Even Sangomas have churches. In South Africa, it's worse. Here, straight on, they'll be there burning umpepo, burning incense and whatnot, straight in front of your face. So this tells you that the man then is not interested in the things of God. His interest is just power, so that he can influence and do whatever he wants. But if you think this is the only thing that he is in error in, he also goes to the lengths of speaking about marriages in a certain way. But that's going to be in part number 3. You can check that episode down in the pickup. So here, you see, on the Chronicles, we're going to be breaking down subjects, okay? So that we can deal with one subject at a time, but on one person. But all these episodes are going to come out at one time. We don't have to address these things at a different time. We can address all of them, so that we can, by the time you are done with an episode, you know that this person's theology, so that episode will be down in the pinned comments. Check it out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and that episode is not out, so you should be notified when those episodes come out. Check the pinned comments for the first episode if you haven't seen it, but if you have, part number 3 will be down there. Don't jump 3, 4, 2. No, just watch 1, 2, 3. They are labeled correctly on this episode, and on the next episode they'll be labeled the same way, so you won't miss anything. It's Ricky, and I'll see you later. Y'all be blessed. Salute.